Okay, so Jahan Dotson just arrived in Philadelphia. Plus, we found out that the Commanders lied to him, although it looks like Kliff Kingsberry wanted to keep him. We also hear from an ex-Eagle and Commander on the situation. Plus, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith reveal how dangerous the big three's gonna be. And with what Kellen Moore's already doing with Devontae Smith, now you add Jahan Dotson, both inside and outside, it's just going to be ridiculous. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Tall Podcast. If you are excited about the best wide receiving core in the NFL, like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So as we all know by now, the Philadelphia Eagles traded for wide receiver Jahan Dotson from the Washington Commanders by giving up a third and 2/7 for the 2025 NFL Draft. But we didn't just get Jahan Dotson. We also got a 5th-round pick from the Washington Commanders, which kind of sweetened the deal. And just in case you forgot, the Eagles were going to go into the 2025 NFL Draft with 2 third-round picks. We gave one up for Jahan Dotson, but we still have one at our disposal. So when you look at this trade, I think it was a no-brainer.
What's up, Eagles Nation? Jahan Dotson here, checking in first day. Hey, can't wait to get to work. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Just based off the potential, and this receiving core is the best in the NFL. Don't let nobody tell you anything else. Just think about this. In 2020, the Philadelphia Eagles' 3 wide receivers were Travis Fulgham, Jalen Reagor, and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Just 4 years later, the Philadelphia Eagles' 3 wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jahan Dotson. You can't make this stuff up. Howie Roseman is a genius, the best GM in the NFL, and every move he makes don't work. But this one will pay off, especially when you look at the cap. The guys behind him, we are going to be grooming in Johnny Wilson, Anaya Smith, while he's on the Eagles for the next 2 years on a cheap rookie deal. I don't know if he'll get paid after 2 years. We don't need to worry about that. These 2 years are legit Super Bowl window years, and Howie Roseman just made this offense much better. How have I always talked about the wide receiver 3 in Philadelphia? It is wide receiver 3, and he's going to have some favorable matchups going against safeties, linebackers, and cornerback 3s, which can't guard him. However, it's skill position or playmaker number 5, because I'm still going AJ, Devontae, Saquon, Dallas Goedert if the game is on the line. However, if his matchup is so beautiful, game on the line, and he beats him by a mile, it's an easy pass. Let me just say this. If you play for our division and went to college in Penn State, you're not safe. Most likely, you're going to be an Eagle. I think there's another player who's in our division that went to Penn State that's going to need a contract real soon. What's his name? Oh, yeah, Micah Parsons. Maybe he'll be an Eagle. Anyways, going back to Jahan Dotson, I saw this tweet floating around on Twitter. Not sure who he is. He's not a big name guy covering sports. However, he's been wrong and he's been right. But this is what he said. I'm told by a source close to the situation that the Commanders affirmed to wide receiver Jahan Dotson 2 days ago that they wouldn't be trading him. Dotson was shocked by the trade to Philadelphia. Now, again, I'm not saying this guy is in a no. He's not Adam Schefter. I'm not saying that. However, I've heard some things from Commanders, players, and coaches that kind of back this up. Let's start with Kliff Kingsberry.
He has tremendous ball skills. He's played in a couple different systems, since he's gotten to the league. And I think once he gets comfortable with us, whether it's inside, outside, I think you're going to see him just really take off. He had a great catch today. But the one thing I like about him is when you challenge him and you ask him to compete, he's going to go and he's going to compete his tail off and make the plays. And so been really happy with what I've seen from him. I love his competitive nature, and I think he's just going to continue to get better. I can tell him and Jaden have a good rapport, which is encouraging.
This was literally a day or two before the trade. Talked about his ball skills. Talked about his competitive nature, right? One thing that Commander fans are saying is that he's mentally weak, soft, didn't want to compete. I didn't hear that through Kliff Kingsberry. Talked about a good play he did. Talked about the rapport him and the rookie quarterback Jaden Daniel has. It sounds like Kliff Kingsberry really saw Jahan Dotson in their future. Don't know what happened, but I'm okay with it because he's now the Eagles' third receiver, fifth best playmaker, and this offense is going to be hard to guard. Now, before we hear from one of Jahan Dotson's teammates, plus go over what were the Eagles doing when the Commanders selected Dotson, pick 16 overall, and we hear from AJ Brown plus Devontae Smith on really what Saquon brings. Let's hear a word from our sponsor, Manta Sleep. Literally sleep better anywhere, anytime with their sleep masks. They got the sound mask, the pro mask, the sleep mask, the silk mask, and so much more. My favorite one got to be the sound mask. The fact that something this comfortable and easy to sleep with lets you use Bluetooth to listen to your favorite podcasts, music, or nature sounds while you sleep is just ridiculously good. The sound is perfect and easily adjustable on both sides of the ear. They are true 100% blackout for deeper sleep, C-shaped eye cups for unbeatable side sleep comfort, zero pressure on eyelids or eyelashes, plus advanced materials and ventilation for unmatched breathability. Plus, the eyepieces are adjustable so they fit every single person. Like I said, my favorite gotta be the sleep mask sound due to the fact that you can listen to things, Bluetooth, side speakers, but I also have the Sleep Mask Pro. It's a little smaller, probably easier to fidget with, but they're both super comfy. And like I said, you'll get your best sleep ever. So click the link in my description and or the pinned comment section. Once you do that, pick whatever mask you want and use code PhillyMike for 10% off your Sleep Pro, your Sleep Sound, any mask you want. Once again, that's PhillyMike, all capitals, for 10% off your sleep mask. You won't regret it. So we heard from the OC. Now let's hear from a teammate of Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, man, it sucks, but when it happens, man, you just have to kind of keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, Jahan, man, good player. I got a lot of respect for him. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, last year, coming out here, been able to watch him work last year and then throughout camp, man, he's a heck of a ball player. Like I said, it's tough, though.
Were you kind of shocked when you saw it?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that just kind of catch you off guard. So, yeah, most definitely I was shocked. Yep.
You get the alert on your phone or what?
Well, sure, I had saw him coming out, was getting ready to go to walkthrough, and he told me he was coming out of the locker room. So, yeah, he had told me.
What was that moment like with you and Jahan?
I just told him, you know what I'm saying, man, good luck. You know what I'm saying? I just told him that I respect this game, and, you know what I'm saying, he's a good player, man, and he's going to have a career.
Again, I'm not saying he's a superstar, right? Like, he did have a down second year, but we're talking about the Commanders. Under Dan Snyder, that whole organization has been a ugly cloud in the sky. So what are we really doing here? Jamison Crowder was shocked and talked highly. And so far, everybody who was in the building with him loved him. This is what Brian Mitchell had to say, who played for the Eagles and the Commanders. Well, he's a young man who showed in his rookie season that he can actually play some ball. Brian Mitchell told Ike and Spike Fritz on Thursday, hours after the Eagles acquired Dotson from the Commanders. But last year, he didn't have a good year, and then this year, he lost some of his confidence. He said it to several reporters that, I got to get my confidence back. You know me, Ike. I'm a person who I believe in hard-nosed football players. I believe in competitive people. You can't be mentally weak. And in this camp, I didn't see him competing like I should see him competing. I saw him moping around a little. I made a comment last week or so and said, you've got people out there acting like they're supposed to be given a job and their body language is off. He was one of the people I was talking about. If you're not going to compete, I don't think you're going to fit in Dan Quinn's system. Now, he's in Philadelphia. I know one thing. He better get his mental toughness ready, because if he's not mentally tough up there, if he's not playing well, they're going to let him know about it. Hey, I love number 30, Brian Mitchell. I just think he's being a little too hard. We will see for sure. But for my old heads, I'm not too old. Brian Mitchell, Eagles, Tampa, NFC Championship, the opening kickoff. He returns it almost for a touchdown inside Tampa territory. We do good, and then we fall apart and lose to the Bucs. Moving on to a tweet I saw yesterday from Mike Mulhern about what was taking place during the 2022 NFL Draft. The Commanders used the 16th pick in 2022 on Jahan Dotson, while the Eagles used the 18th pick in the same draft to get AJ Brown. Granted, we had to give up another first-round pick in 2023, but in 2022, the Commanders was drafting 16th overall Jahan Dotson, and we finagled AJ Brown out of the 18th pick and more. But now they are both on the Eagles roster. There was so much potential for Jahan Dotson, and the Commanders are giving up after one good year, one a little down year, but both under a ugly organization ran by Dan Snyder. Shame on them.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Another thing that will help Jahan Dotson is new scenery. Plus, he'll be playing with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Not only are they good players, they're dogs, true professionals, and their relationship is so good, it will teach Jahan Dotson a thing or two. The question was, do you see other receivers having this type of bond?
I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so, especially at the wide receiver position. You know, just two guys are selfless. You know, I don't think that come around every day. Yeah.
How about for you?
I agree. Just have two guys who, you know, are genuinely happy for each other, that want to see each other win. That's, you know, the guy that's not making the play is just as excited as the guy that is making the play.
I absolutely love it. As for A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on Saquon Barkley, they both say some good stuff. But listen what Devontae says at the end.
It helps us a lot. You know, like that's an incredible running back. We're glad he's on our team, and you have to account for him. And any play, you know, he has the ability to take it to the crib. And so, which is exciting. And so, like I said, I'm glad he's on my team. You know, sometimes I get in trouble for watching, but it still hasn't set in yet, so I'm excited. So,
yeah, I mean, I tell him all the time, man, you know, I'm waiting to see the show. I can't wait to the first game, just see him go out there and just see it in person on my team and not across from me. But it helps us a lot where people just can't rely on just trying to stop me and him. Now we have somebody in the backfield that, you know, probably all eyes are going to be on him more than it is on us.
Smitty knows how good AJ and he is, but he said that Saquon might garner more attention. That's just wild. Again, I don't think we really understand what it's going to be like when Jalen's quarterback, Saquon's in the backfield, Goddard, AJ, Devontae, and now Jahan Dotson. Sheesh! As for who will play in the slot more, Jahan Dotson, Devontae Smith, I'm not sure. They both got outside and inside versatility, especially this whole training camp, as Smitty's been utilized a lot in the slot. I think he will really, really eat. They both will. Matchup galore in there. But when you look at Kellen Moore's route tree for guys who can line up inside and outside, it is insane. Both Keenan Allen and CeeDee Lamb, look at the route tree. Now, neither of them are going to get 14 targets due to the fact that we got a lot of mouths to feed. But it's not how many targets, it's that they can line them up and put them anywhere, wherever the defense is vulnerable. We've never seen an Eagles wide receiver chart like this. I don't care, even in the games that AJ gets 10 catches, they're all outside, right? We've never seen a chart like this, and I can't wait to get the mixture of these three. With all that being said, click the link in the description and or the pinned comment section to get your Manta Sleep Pro, the small one, or get your Manta Sleep Sound. It's a little bigger, and it has Bluetooth. Remember, Bluetooth, so you can listen to sounds of nature, music, podcasts as you go to sleep. Once you use them, you won't be able to sleep without it. I go by Philly Mike. Muscle up. Give me a comment. Leave me a comment. I love hearing from you. I want to know what you got to think of everything I had to say. Plus, like, subscribe, and turn our notification bell on. We out.